Wasn't his idea, Vicky interjected, stepping between them. Mr. Bradford scoffed. Then it was your mother. She put you up to this, didn't she? Dad, it was my idea, Vicky stated firmly, meeting his gaze without flinching. What? I had to talk Jack into it. Uh-oh, Jack muttered under his breath, seeing the storm gathering in Mr. Bradford's eyes. Hey, your ulcer's down there, Jack pointed, trying to distract him, but it was too late. It's spreading. Mr. Bradford clutched his chest dramatically, his face contorted in an exaggerated display of pain. Mr. Bradford. Vicky, please, let me try, he pleaded, turning to his daughter. Mr. Bradford, look at it this way. You're not losing a daughter. You're gaining a daughter, Jack tried to reason, offering a conciliatory gesture. Stop it, Mr. Bradford roared, ignoring him. Victoria. Sir, if I may, Jack tried again, but Mr. Bradford cut him off. You may not. Victoria, let me get this straight, just in case any of our friends happen to ask. Mr. Bradford's voice was laced with bitter sarcasm, his eyes narrowing to slits. You'll be living in some godforsaken place with a cook, without benefit of clergy, raising my grandchildren, who will be nameless. He finished with a flourish, as if delivering a devastating theatrical monologue. Dad, please, Vicky pleaded, mortified. Have I left something out? Mr. Bradford challenged, his chest heaving dramatically. Yes, your blessing, Jack interjected, a wry smile on his face. Mr. Bradford glared at him. You noticed? Oh. He paused, then, with a dramatic sigh, added, I am happy about one thing, Victoria, that your mother lived to see this day. The implication was clear. She would have been equally appalled. Vicky shook her head, a mixture of exasperation and affection for her stubborn father. Your father is really something. Yeah, Jack agreed, a chuckle escaping him. I didn't think he'd take it so well. What made you change your mind? Vicky asked, turning to Jack, her eyes full of curiosity and a renewed hope. Jack looked at her, his heart full. I just don't want to live without you. Jack, Vicky threw her arms around him, her relief and joy palpable. Oh, everybody's waiting for you down to the party. Janet's voice, a cheerful reminder of the ongoing celebration, drifted up from the stairs. Yeah, right. Come on, Vicky, Jack said, taking her hand, a lightness returning to his step. Thank you. He paused, looking at Janet, a silent acknowledgement of her role in their story. No, Janet waved him off, a knowing smile on her face. Chapter 4. The end of an era, the start of another. The apartment, once a vibrant hub of shared lives and laughter, now echoed with the hollow sounds of boxes being taped and furniture being moved. The wedding reception downstairs had concluded hours ago, leaving behind a faint scent of champagne and forgotten joy. Upstairs, the atmosphere was bittersweet, a poignant blend of farewells and new beginnings. A.L. Jack grunted, struggling with a particularly heavy suitcase. What did you pack in here? It weighs a ton. He looked at Vicky, who was calmly packing a box of books. I'm sorry, Jack. Vicky offered an apologetic smile. It's mostly my medical textbooks. Larry, ever the helpful neighbor, peered into the apartment, his eyes wide. Hey you guys, how many more bags are there? Just a few, Jack replied, wiping a bead of sweat from his brow. Gee, with all three of you moving out at once, I should have rented a freight car, Larry lamented, a genuine sadness in his voice. He had grown accustomed to the lively, unpredictable household next door. Get it on, Harry, Jack instructed the moving helper, pointing to a large box. Be careful with it, all right? Larry, still muttering, continued his Cinderella refrain. Cinderella, Cinderella. Terry, always meticulous, called from the bathroom. Did you check the bathroom, Jack? Oh, I forgot. Terry, I'll do it right now. Jack headed towards the bathroom, grateful for the distraction. Okay, thanks. As he passed Terry, he paused, a sudden thought striking him. Why did you quit your job at the hospital? He knew she loved nursing, had dedicated years to it. Terry smiled, a faraway look in her eyes. Oh, I'm still going to be a nurse, but someplace where I feel more useful. She paused, then continued, her voice filled with a quiet passion. You see, I've always dreamed about going off to some remote island and tending to the needs of the poor, sick natives. Jack stared at her, genuinely touched by her altruism. Terry, That's just beautiful. What I... Terry's smile widened, a mischievous glint in her eyes. Hawaii. Jack blinked, then burst out laughing. Hawaii. Remote island, huh? Terry shrugged, It's remote enough from the hustle and bustle of city life, and there are plenty of people who need medical care there. Plus, the beaches are beautiful. A moment later, Larry poked his head in. Excuse me, aren't you finished taping that yet? He gestured to a box Jack was still working on. Yeah, it's ready to go. Here we go. Jack sealed the box with a flourish. Well, just stand there, Larry instructed, then turned to the other helper. Get the bottom half. Larry. This is so much fun, the helper muttered sarcastically. Jack returned from the bathroom, looking exhausted but satisfied. Okay, Terry, the bathroom is finished, and I personally am pooped. Janet, now changed into travel clothes, approached Terry, a photo album in her hand. Hey Janet, where'd you take this picture? Janet's eyes lit up. Let me see. Oh, Terry, this is one of the pictures from our honeymoon in Look, there's our room right there. She pointed to a blurry image. Oh, yeah. Oh, I hear the beach there is beautiful, Terry commented. Oh, yes, and it's one of the first things we plan to see next time we're there, Janet replied, a happy sigh escaping her. Larry, ever present, interjected. Excuse me, he was clearly trying to listen in. Janet ignored him. Anyway, how was Jack while I was gone? Terry rolled her eyes good near. Oh, he nearly drove me crazy. All he kept talking about was Vicky and moving into their new apartment tonight. Janet's smile faltered slightly. Gee, Terry, I hope she isn't gonna mind living above his restaurant. Terry shrugged. Why should she? Mr. Angelino gave them a very good deal. Oh, well, good for him, Janet replied, a hint of something unsaid in her voice. Larry, feeling left out, interjected. Yeah, I gotta get back to work. He shuffled off, still muttering about Cinderella. Janet turned back to Terry, a more serious expression on her face. Oh yeah. Hey, Terry, do you ever think that Jack would actually fall in love? Terry chuckled, a fond exasperation in her voice. Not for more than one day. Really, when I think of all the girls that he has chased over the years, I get tired, Janet confessed. Me, too, Terry agreed. Janet did Jack ever make a pass at you? Janet asked, a sudden curiosity in her eyes. Terry stared at her. Are you kidding? No, I mean real pass, Janet clarified. No, never, Terry said, shaking her head. Did he ever make a pass at you? No, Janet exclaimed, then paused, a thoughtful expression on her face. Okay, well, insulting, isn't it? They both burst into laughter, a shared moment of female camaraderie. Suddenly, Larry reappeared, looking utterly desolate. Oh, I'm glad someone has something to laugh about around here. His voice was thick with... Why, Larry, what's the matter? Janet asked, genuinely concerned. Well, I just hate to see you to leave, that's all. Larry's lower lip trembled. Oh, Larry. Janet and Terry exchanged a sympathetic glance. Yeah, in spite of all the bad things you said to me, Larry continued, his voice cracking. What bad things? Terry asked, genuinely confused. Yeah, things like, no, get away from me, buzz off, Larry enumerated, his voice growing more dramatic. Yeah, things like, and my personal favorite, over my dead body. Janet and Terry looked at each other, then back at Larry, a mischievous glint in their eyes. Larry, we have a confession to make, Janet began. We never meant those things, Terry finished, a suppressed giggle escaping her. Larry's eyes widened. Yeah, Larry, you should have tried harder, Janet teased, a playful jab. Come on, Terry, let's give our room to last Jack, Terry said, pulling Janet towards the bedroom for one last look. Wait, Larry called out, suddenly realizing. Jack, he turned to Jack, who had just walked back into the living room. They were putting me on, weren't they? Jack, unable to resist, nodded. Yes. Oh, thank God. Larry let out a huge sigh of relief. Then his face crumpled again. Where am I going to find another buddy like you? No, you're the best friend I ever had. He threw his arms around Jack, pulling him into a surprisingly tight hug. "Oh." Jack put out his back awkwardly. "You're the only friend I ever had.